know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. Still got her. I still got her. Hey, you must be knowing here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I got a half a mind and hit you with a split your get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time and buy it a ride. Floating through the front door, my mind is tied. Good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yes, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll start on the ground here on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Two yards to go, second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Graham. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Davis now. That's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play.
このままアウトに行ってくれた方が
They've got a whole game left to clean that
良かったの
up
に
and
な。
start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
危ねえ。
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return that time of about 15 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground.
Whoa, マジか。
After a gain of 1, not enough. Still a yard to go.
1ヤードが遠い。
You talk about this Chiefs defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Graham, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
The Broncos at 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
あ、
And
う
that's
な
going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
バーツをしても取れん
Watching
し
their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out too.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Graham. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the
おい
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game
契
going
約したば
tonight.
っかだぞ
So
お
far,
前
it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going
Yeah.
in and controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's given us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw. Davis. He finds his man. Complete. That's King. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
いやいやいやマジか
Results there in 9 yards.
契約したばかりのタックルが怪我していなくなるそういうことだ
Up the middle they go. Graham, nothing doing.
See?
To muster a yard to hit the 35.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Graham.
うわマジか
Broncos first down as they're able to move the
OL が全員消えてく
4 on 3rd and inches. The first drive this unit
勘弁してくれ
this drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a
え
wake
これ
up
もう
call.
OL いないじゃん
Angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain
いやー
of
マジか OL がいねえ
Nicely
よ
bit off, a pretty decent gain.
結構どうやって戦えっていう OL に関して
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Davis. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had
そ
to
りゃそうだよな OL いねえんだもん
right up in his
無理
grill.
だ
I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Davis. Under
そりゃ
pressure.
そうなるわ
Go down. Sacked back at the 30.
OL いなくなって勝負できないんですけど
Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the
いや
quarterback.
ー
So
あ
how
の
do
ス
they
ピ
continue
ー
that?
ド
How
で
do
漏
they
れてき
keep
たら
making it happen?
ちょっと
Different
無理で
looks,
すって
different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see
Ah,
what the trend
外した
is here as we go forward. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And Charles, I don't know if we call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they've been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense, you can't score on them on defense. So to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ellis, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. That now brings up a very interesting identical situation on third down.
Yeah, people couldn't see us on camera, but I love how you motioned to me like, throw the ball. This is a great shot to take it. Second and short. Maybe take a big shot downfield. Instead, they ran it. Didn't work out for them very well. They should listen to you, partner.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36.
15.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Ball on the 27. Here's second down at a yard. Mahomes going to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Ellis. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
They'll try again. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. 14. Broncos nothing. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
はあ、さて、OL がいなくなった中でどうやって戦うことができるのか。
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering how are we going to
ちょっと待って。OL マジで全員いなくなってんだけど。
Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Davis throwing on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Graham, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up.
あんま近いけどよ。
Contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Hey, 43.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
On first down, Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Hey, 43, 15.
On 2nd down now.
びっくりし
It's
ます。
Ellis. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Mahomes now on first down. That's complete to Pierce. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
ฟังよ。
Now Mahomes. And this is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Ellis. That'll get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, maybe that's the spark that they needed here, Charles. Trailing, but a big block. We'll see if that swings the momentum a bit.
You mentioned the word spark. I'm just wondering, as they went off the field and the offense was coming out, did one of those special teams members say, hey, obviously we haven't given up on this one. We've given you a little bit of a spark. What are you going to do with it?
Davis now throwing to start the drive. Looking middle, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 5.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
危ね
His throw incomplete, nearly
え。
picked
バレ
off.
てる。
And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Davis. Pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on
これねえ
3rd
か。
down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon, as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Taken in at the 11. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Mahomes now on first down. He finds his target. It's Matthews. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down. It's Ellis. And room there to work it inside the 25.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ellis, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right.
Finding Pierce on the crossing route.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and a couple.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Nice.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
だけど、ここから攻めれる気がしない。
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some before they head into halftime.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Davis. He finds his man, complete. It's King. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Davis. Over the middle, complete. That's King. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Back to throw again. This is caught. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves down to the one. Now the Broncos will use their
でも今のはタイムアウト取らないとダメなシーンだ
16 seconds to go in half number one. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Again, he'll drop the throw.
Net.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. On second and goal, Davis.
Yes.
This is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
First down. It's Ellis. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mahomes now to throw. This one finds Pierce on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Griffith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Mahomes again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Ellis. There he goes left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner.
They're right down here looking for 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to get that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. From 3 yards out. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion, Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Davis now. He finds his man, Pollard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Trap 60. Take off.
Looking to throw. Davis. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. Look, you're not going to be able to get this one back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Davis. This will be caught at the 2. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
よく取ったね、今。
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard
これは
line.
ラッキー。
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Davis got his man complete over the middle. It's King. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Up the middle they go. It's Waters, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to...
どこですかどこですか
Picked up by the Chiefs, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers.
結局ロングパス通されたの変わんねえやないか。
They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
On 1st down, it's Ellis, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open target, here's Matthews. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 112 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Firing quickly.
Nice.
That's complete.
よく止めた。
Terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in
よく追いついたんですね。
because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing.
Roughing the passer.
Boy, a crazy one there, CD.
Yeah, and this is where coaching comes into play, Brandon, because even though it's a fake field goal, once the holder becomes a passer, he's afforded all the same protections a quarterback receives. And that winds up being a very silly penalty for them to take.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And for the Chiefs touchdown.
分かってたのに止めれなかった。
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Jackson now to return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's Davis on 1st and 10. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Davis on 1st down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Davis throwing on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Davis. Out toward the sideline and completing it to Pollard. That one covers 29 yards. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss.
投げ捨てる前に来た。
They push him back to the 34. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
34-yard line.
すぎだ。
Another try after the 1st down sack. Davis. He finds his man complete. That's Waters. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Davis. And it's caught.
Hey.
Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff up the middle.
ああ、フェイスマスクだよ。
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
確かにね。
Now a give right side. It's Ellis, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
まあ、
Touchdown!
間違ってんじゃん、やっぱ。
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chiefs are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. Complete. This is Lewis. And they're able to get across the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually cost your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Davis now.
あ、間違えた。
First and 10.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Loose inside the 30.
And a super
間違え
return
た
as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Nice.
Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
ただ走り抜けれない。
And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a
Go
total, because as you said,
Go
they
call.
scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a
始
team
まったと同時になんか QB 作されてね。
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
19 Lions. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
Another try after the first down sack. Davis, and he'll be hit as he releases
長いパスになると難しいな。
We've seen this quite a few times in
心
this
が持た
game.
ねえで。
Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Fall down these two. Hey, 15. Easy.
They'll run on first down.
おお、抜ける。
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 128 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines.
止めれねえこれ。どうやったら止めれんの？
His second touchdown of the night, and the Chiefs are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Well, business as usual for them, well on their way to another victory, riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen, and so far they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
いやー、もう無理だな。
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the right.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 34-yard line.
あ、間違えた。
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Ellis. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He will push his way down to about the 14. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
あとは、OL の怪我が大したことないというな。
They keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they suffered just their second loss as they dropped to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
She keep looking at me like she feeling me. Girl, the way you be moving and stuff you be doing, you tripping out and it's killing me. Man, I swear to God, you be tripping. I can't even do it. My girl from Tiffany. Damn, and she trying to cut me off. No, she cannot do it. No, she cannot sesame.
怪我してる。誰？毎週怪我しない？はい。お前、嘘だろ？またタックル雇わないとダメじゃん。お前さ、そのために契約したよね。なんでそれで怪我してんの？ガードを移動させるしかないかね。 怪我したんだから再契約するわけねえだろ。